নমস্কার, স্পটন নিউজে আপনাদের সবাইকে স্বাগত। আমি সাগর। এই মুহূর্তে আপনাদের সঙ্গে উপস্থিত রয়েছি যুবভারতী ক্রীড়াঙ্গন থেকে। আর যুবভারতী ক্রীড়াঙ্গনেই আগামীকাল গুরুত্বপূর্ণ একটা ম্যাচে ইমামি ইস্ট বেঙ্গল মুখোমুখি হচ্ছে বেঙ্গালুরু এফসির সঙ্গে। তবে তার আগেই যুবভারতীতে প্রি ম্যাচ প্রেস কনফারেন্স সেরে ফেললো ইমামি ইস্ট বেঙ্গল। আর এদিন এখানে উপস্থিত হয়েছিলেন কোচ কার্লেস কোয়াদ্রাত আর ফুটবলার মিশু কুমার। বেঙ্গালুরু ম্যাচ নিয়ে কতটা আশাবাদী কোচ কার্লেস কোয়াদ্রাত, আগের ম্যাচে দুরন্ত জয় কেরালার বিরুদ্ধে ঘরের মাঠে, সেই জয়ের কথা মাথায় রেখে কতটা আত্মবিশ্বাসী বেঙ্গালুরুর বিরুদ্ধে, বিশেষ করে সুনীল ছেত্রীকে আটকানোর জন্য কি বিশেষ পরিকল্পনার কথা জানাচ্ছেন কোচ কার্লেস কোয়াদ্রাত এবং মিশু কুমার, সেটাই আপনারা একবার শুনুন।
We are mentoring young players. We are behind them, we are supporting them, and just is to choose the right moment for them to perform. I'm happy what the youngers are doing, but it's not easy, of course, because there is a lot of pressure, there is a lot of new situations for them. They have not been playing in front of 50,000 people a lot of times. So sometimes you take a risk. If you see one match, I changed Vishnu and Sayan in the halftime, and the first two chances were for Hopagan. So I mean, if they score, and one very clear chance was in the position of Sayan. So if they score, maybe it's 0-4, maybe the player is going down, maybe it's difficult to get him up. So you as a coach take risks, but of course, if you want to have a long career as a football player, you have to take the decisions for them in a way that they are protected. That there is more than to win than to lose. And I think that it's happening the same with all of them and Maitosh. So it's a good talent that we are taking care of him, and he will be tomorrow in the list of players, and maybe he has the opportunity to play. That's it.
Thank you, everyone.
It takes its toll on the player because he was not playing a lot of minutes for India as well in the recent Afghanistan matches. But did you have a talk with him, because he's played extremely well in the last match, scored 2 goals? Do you have any input? Did you have any talk with him regarding those?
Yeah, Miles is a talented player. We are very happy with Miles because he can give something different to the team. Because of some game situations, he has been to play some games as number 10, to help the team from the center. I think that he has been playing very well in some games in that position. For example, the 2-2 game against Mohamed Bagan, I think that he was the best player in the pitch in that game, in that number 10 position, because we have to change Saul, if you remember, so we put him inside. But of course, the performance can be different inside to side. So finally, last match he was playing outside with the other team with less players also, so it was more easy for him to arrive to the box from that winger position, and he was scoring. So there is, I talk a lot with him, but I talk a lot with all the players. I mean, I think that we don't have to point any special attention now. He's doing his job. We are very happy with him, and we trust that he can perform well the next games that we are in the competition. In the pitch of our opponent, then we get the red card of Saubik. It's a difficult moment, and we get the trophy in Bhubaneswar, in front of the Odisha supporters. So it has been there. It has been there. Also, the last match at home, it was very easy at that moment to say it's not our game, and the 0-3 can become 0-5, 0-6. You never know what can happen in football, and the team was very close to score the second goal. And with the second goal, I'm sure that we can make a historical result. But we have to understand football is like this. Now we are in another different situation in front of a game that I think that both teams are in a strong mental position. So I think that we have to try to control the mental things of the game and try to get the result. That they say that tomorrow just as well.
Coach, one question I want to ask. In this season, you have started with a positive note. You reached the England Cup final, you won the Super Cup, and after winning the Super Cups, your team's performance is very low. It's an inconsistency. So, what is the reason behind it? What is the turning point of this inconsistency?
You have time. You want me to explain the reasons? Because there is a lot of reasons. Come on, you saw the performance of Victor, for example, last match, no? Yeah, but he needs time to get fit when he arrives, and he has to play 90 minutes for a lot of games without being ready. So it's only a small example of the big things that happen during the season. So it's not about excuses. In my first conference at the starting of the season, I was saying you that we are going to work, that we are not going to find excuses. We are trying to deliver results. And also you were asking me about if we are going to finish in the playoff. And I say that I don't want to say that we have to see what's going to happen during the season to know the real chances that we have to win the playoff. So I have to say that I'm happy to be here now in front of our 21st game of the Indian Super League with real chances to be in the playoffs. So it means that after all the season we have been in positions that we never have lost that sensation that we can reach the playoff. And at the same time we have been to finals and we have been winning one final. So it means that in a very difficult season, in a club that we know that was struggling a lot in the last seasons, I think that we have got things happening. We have got that the plan, more or less, have been working for us, because we always have been competing. Even the games that we have been losing, like last 4 match here, it looks that half time 0-3, but we won the second half 1-0. What I mean is that we get close to the result again. So what I mean is that if you see, it's Indian football, Indian Super League is very emotional. There is a lot of things happening. There is penalties in the last moment. There is red cards. Kerala the other day, 2 red cards. Things happen. But in our team, I think that we always have been very clear that we have a match plan, and sometimes you get a little bit more lucky, not so lucky. There is moments of the season that you can change the dynamic and you get that power. So we have been suffering not that dynamic, in continuation in Indian Super League. It has been happening in Durand Cup, that we have been winning 4 games in a row. It has been happening in Soccer Cup, that we have been winning 5 games in a row. But in Indian Super League, 4th season that we are in the competition, and never having 2 wins in a row, never.
Club as well. So what are your preparations ahead of this crucial match?
Yeah, I understand that it's my former team, and the first point that you said.
Yeah. There's a lot of things that is, depending on this match because of the playoff race. What are the preparations and how you are, taking?
Okay. Yeah, we don't have a time for a lot of preparations, because we are playing every 3 games and we just travel back from Kerala, so there is not a lot of time. But I think that it's the 21 round and we are fighting for a place in the playoffs. So I think it's the most important thing, that the work that the guys have been putting all the season led us to be in a completely new situation for East Bengal, because it's our 4th season in Indian Super League, and it's the first time that we arrived to the last 2 rounds of the competition fighting for a place in the playoffs. So I think that it's just a detail that is very important for the people who are in the club, because it's a kind of rebirth finally. After some seasons that the team was not really fighting for anything, this season we can fight for titles, we can fight for a place in the playoff, and I think that it's nice that we have been living our best home result in all the 4 seasons, or our best away result in all the 4 seasons, also the most number of goals in the season, the less number of goals. So it means that there is something that we're creating for the future, and also we are working in new players to come to the club. We already have been doing some things about that, so I'm optimistic. I'm optimistic about the end of the season, and I'm optimistic about what can be achieved in the next months.
Hi, Coach. What about the stop Sunil Chhetri for tomorrow's match?
It's always same, I have played against him before also. So he's very clever player, and he's a very experienced. So it will be difficult, but as a full back, I have to stop him whatever it takes. So I am ready for that.
Ask you to Carlos. Can I ask?
It will be two questions for Nishu and then
Sure.
So any more questions for Nishu?
Yeah. Nishu, it's last match against Kerala. It was one of your old teams again, and this time again Bengaluru, where it all started for you. So how personally you are motivated to perform well, because it depends a lot for your club as well, for your current club. Because if you guys win, then you have a chance still for the playoffs, and you being such an important part of the team. So how are you motivating yourself and your teammates?
The last two games, it's very important for us to win. Last game we won, so everyone is positive. I'm very positive, and as you said, it's a very important game for us. So I know Bengaluru FC, they are playing really good. They have good players, but at the same time, we are ready, and we need that 3 points tomorrow. So we don't need motivation actually. Everyone is already motivated for the tomorrow's game. So I'm excited to play tomorrow's game.
How are you motivating your team for this next 2 matches?
Yeah, players are motivated. We have a nice pre-match talk before the last game, where I was expressing what we need and the tactical things that we need in the match plan, because I was not going to be in the bench in the last match, and you can see in the pitch that they give everything. It doesn't matter that I was not in the bench. I mean, they knew how important was the game for the club, and tomorrow is going to be the same. They are going to be motivated 100% because they know that it's the end of the season that we deserve. After all the work, after all the things that we have been fighting against, it's a kind of good finish if we get that 6th position. But of course, there is still a lot of teams fighting for that, and every team for sure they feel that they deserve it. So it's just a question of be focused in the game, in the good things that we can make to beat a difficult team like Bengaluru with a lot of good players, top players. And yes, we have a match plan. We are going to train now after the press conference also to make some more details and to be ready for the battle. No, it's not a revenge. It's just a mindset. Both teams, we are fighting for a place in the playoffs. So I think that we are going to take it as a final, the same that Bengaluru is going to take it as a final. So yeah, just to try to do our job and to be effective. It was happening against Kerala, a difficult game, difficult weather conditions, and the players were taking good decisions in the game and were getting the result, and we hope that we can do it again tomorrow. The coach is still involved, no? He's my friend, Gerardi, that's the joke. It was a long time ago, so I think that the team has been improved under the new coach, and they are getting more points and they are in the fight. So it's going to be a difficult game. We don't have Nanda, and the rest I think that we will have. Saul, Mandar, Nunga, they're ready.
আরও বিভিন্ন আপডেটের জন্য চোখ রাখুন স্পটন নিউজে।